Welcome Simon's Trading Channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. Happy Thursday to you, which means there's only one day left until CME closes its weekly candle. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So let's get on with today's price action analysis. And I'm going to dive straight into it. I just wanted to, this is a 4-hour time frame, and you can just see there's some choppy price action going on. But if you ignore this massive consolidation and just look at the last impulsive move, so this is basically from, 26 and a half. It's like a really impulsive move up, followed by a really slow grind. And I remember this. It was just really kind of frustrating. It was putting in higher lows the whole way. So the trend was intact, but there was no impulsive move. And everyone was kind of waiting around for Bitcoin to break it down. And it didn't. Then there was another impulsive move. And then more this kind of up, down, choppy side, price sort of sideways and up price action. Higher lows the whole way, just until here. And then there was a pullback. And then, a bit more consolidation where this is a local high, this is a local low, and then another breakout move. And so this whole area here is obviously a lot longer in time than the current move. But this section really reminds me of what the price action is doing at the moment. And, you kind of stick it on a daily time frame and then zoom in. You can see after that impulsive move, it was like a couple of days down, a couple of days up, a couple of days down, a few days up, a few days down, day up, day down, day up, day down. It was really choppy. And that went on for a good while. The bottom line was that even if you take it as a move from the breakout region, so these highs, the overall move, let's try that again. The overall move was from sort of breakout to high, and I'm just doing roughly 50%, right? So this move here. So even if something similar happens, then where's Bitcoin now? So from the breakout, which would be from this high, this was the local high for the breakout. So Bitcoin's done about 40%, which, so to get at 50%, if it's going to be a similar move, then I need to rearrange my scale and do that again. So from the breakout area, 50% takes it to about 110, roughly 110. Now that's kind of in between my two targets. So we'll see what happens. But you can just see the parallels, right? The trend's still intact, all higher lows. It's quite choppy, frustrating price action. And sometimes you got to make sure you don't, lose the forest for the trees. I think I got that the right way around. Hope it's not the other way around. So there we are. That's the first part of price action. Now let's get back to this 4-hour time frame. Excuse me, my chest is persistently annoying. And you can see today the last 4-hour candle is a fairly big sell-off, basically from top of the Bollinger Band, and around that kind of 100k level. Sorry, around the sort of 102k level. And so far, price action is hovering around about 100,000. Now, from the point of this 4-hour, what you don't want to see, or I don't want to see, is Bitcoin closing 4-hour timeframes back below the midpoint, the Bollinger Band, which is at 98.5, call it. And the reason for that is, of course, if this is going to lead to new all-time highs, then the price needs to be above the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, which is coming in 98.5. It doesn't really make a huge difference if Bitcoin does start to close 4 hours below there, but that just means ongoing consolidation, reducing volatility on the 4-hour and a prolonged, sideways, protracted, annoying price action. From the point of view of trend, you can see all these higher lows. This is clearly the current one, which is coming in right at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, around 94.5. You do not, in my opinion, want to see Bitcoin close below 94.5. Again, it's not game over, but that would make me think that what could then happen would be something along these lines. So if Bitcoin did break down, come down below 945, it could do this sort of thing. And clearly that would be probably a 4-hour daily downtrend. And then, you got price targets into the 80s. So again, there's no big shakes on the greater scheme of things. But what that is, quite clearly, is not continuation of this upside move. So I don't know. We'll see. From the point of view of momentum, 4-hour momentum still to the upside, but needs to do some work to continue to be green. So continue with upside posture, and needs to close a 4-hour back above 100,500, which is probably around here somewhere. Yes, it is. So zoom back in the price action. You can see there is a support resistance area there on the lower timeframes, but yeah, basically back up here for the momentum, the MACD, to get upside posture again on the 4-hour time frame. Now the daily is the daily, and you just see this sort of frustrating price action, but it's still, sideways and up. Today, and there are only less than 3 hours to go for the closure, I want to see Bitcoin stay above that midpoint in the Bollinger Band, which is 97 and change. So yeah, that's a real significant area for me personally. And the reason for that is if volatility expansion is going to occur on a daily time frame, and you can see it's really quite contracted in here, then the first anchor, if you like, for a direction on that volatility expansion is where the price is relative to the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. So the price is currently above it on the daily time frame, and I think it needs to continue to close above it for then volatility expansion to give an upside move. Because remember, volatility expansion is direction neutral, and a good way to get a spin on the direction when volatility does expand, which it has to, is where the price is relative to the midpoint. And at the moment, it's nicely above. So that's why I'm saying no daily closures back below 97 and change. Again, doesn't matter too much. Bitcoin could come all the way back down to those 2 wicks there, and it's just more consolidation. So, but yeah, if it's going to happen sooner rather than later, Bitcoin needs to defend that 97 and change. You can see from a momentum point of view, still cooling off, still kind of bearish divergence really, and the pivot point is a daily closure back above 101,000 and change. So it's a little bit away from there at the moment. I just want to flip over to CME very quickly on the daily time frame, no, weekly time frame even, because there's only 1 day to go. And that's not a particularly impressive looking weekly candle. That makes me think CME is likely to close in and around this area, not in a dissimilar way to this kind of price action here. So I did call that out, I think, last week. However, don't really want that to happen. Don't want another 2-month sideways price action, whatever it is, might be a bit more. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, there we go. That's the video today. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe. And join me tomorrow when we'll see where this weekly candle on CME is going to close. Probably looking a bit like that. Okay, take care. See you tomorrow.